12 things successful people ignore in life. It doesn't matter that we all may have heard it before. Ignorance is bliss. Just how true could this be? One group says yes, but the other disagrees and insists there's a price to pay if you don't want inner peace disrupted. Uncovering these 12 things can come as quite a shock to your state of being, so let's look into them together, learning why they should always be kept away from our lives. Number 12, reading deliberately negative news. In today's digital age, it can be increasingly difficult to control what kind of news we consume. With millions upon millions of articles published each day, and over 90% being either negative or fake, our minds have been inundated with an overwhelming amount of noise that is detrimental for us psychologically. Recent studies by psychologists suggest that this constant exposure has a direct correlation on one's mood, but there are ways in which we can break the cycle. It's time to start taking charge and making sure only useful information makes its way into our lives. Number 11, propaganda. In recent years, trust in politicians and their ability to create fair economic policies has drastically declined. With corruption among political leaders leading to outrageous wealth inequality, it's clear something needs to be done. The world can no longer stand helplessly as poverty ravages its nations. As misinformation sites proliferate across, the internet and conspiracy theories threaten our rational thought processes. Now more than ever is when we must sharpen our critical thinking skills so that we may break free from a life of unfulfilled potentials. Number 10, doomers and toxic people. Everyone can think of a person in their life who has been infected with doomer mentality. These individuals have a remarkable ability to suck away energy and channel dark perspectives on any situation, no matter how optimistic it may be. Although we often want to help these people, it is best not to expose ourselves too frequently lest we fall victim as well, rather than spend time around such negativity and risk turning sour like rotten apples. Surrounding oneself with positive and motivated influencers brings joy back into our lives while inspiring us towards greatness. Number 9, things that are not under your control. It's understandable to feel overwhelmed and anxious when faced with life's numerous unpredictable events. But what sets the relaxed individual apart from an ever-worrier is their ability to distinguish between those situations they can control and those that are not in their power. Stoicism advises us of this concept. It teaches us how we should best react so as not to be immobilized by fear or worry. Despite being surrounded indefinitely by things outside our jurisdiction, it does bring relief knowing there are always certain matters within our realm where one has command over such a response. Number 8, the little frustrations of everyday life. Life can be filled with moments of despair, where the little frustrations of everyday life seem to swarm around us in an unavoidable fashion. From being late for work and having it rain at the same time as your spouse blowing up on you, or even worse, if your boss is mad, these events have a way of weaving together into our daily lives, like they're begging us not to turn away from them. It's during times such as this that we need to take a step back and remember that when all is said and done, most things really don't make much difference, particularly those related emotions brought about by stressors or fleeting instances driven through perspective, only lasting until we put ourselves out there again. Number 7, dwelling on the past. Now this is the thing. The past is a powerful force that many struggle to overcome in the present day. Despite our best attempts, it can be difficult not to let negative memories from the past haunt us and prevent progress towards achieving our goals. To make matters worse, we cannot modify any of those events, but must instead focus on changing ourselves for betterment today, an often challenging task, yet one which should always take priority over ruminating on what could have been or delving into uncertain recollections of history. Let's strive together towards turning away from pointless reflections, so as to avoid succumbing to weak habits, such as futilely dwelling upon bygone times. Number 6, worrying about the future. The future is an unpredictable and uncertain place, making it futile to waste time worrying about what might be. Instead of being distracted by daydreaming about possibilities for the future that may never come true, remain focused on present tasks. Taking care of now will ensure a brighter tomorrow. Don't allow yourself to succumb to fear or desperation. Take action in dealing with obstacles you face today before they become overwhelming. Doing this will open up new possibilities, allowing you to rise above the anxieties associated with an ambiguous destiny and embrace a brighter tomorrow. Number 5, doubting yourself. Self-doubt is a natural phenomenon, yet it can be incredibly debilitating if one lets it take hold. To combat this feeling and rise above negative thinking, having faith in yourself as well as realistic expectations is essential. Only then can you truly start to progress forward. With every attempt made comes experience gained. Trial and error should not instill fear, but instead open up pathways for growth throughout life's journey. So remember, don't let self-doubt overtake your ambition. Embrace the challenge with positivity and determination. You have what it takes to achieve anything set before you. Number 4, striving for perfection paradigm shift time. Are you striving for perfection? Stop. There are so many people whose quest to have the perfect spouse, job, and life has ultimately led them down a path of disappointment due to unrealistic expectations that social media has perpetuated. Rather than competing with others, start creating your own version of success. By crafting an ideal plan unique unto yourself, one rooted in joy and abundance, then take action. Leave behind those misguided paradigms, shifting from chasing perfection towards excellence. Trust this journey, as it's sure to lead you toward prosperity in ways you never imagined. Number 3, other people's judgments. Our life is filled with judgment, whether it's from ourselves or others. In order to preserve our own happiness and maintain control over this aspect of our lives, we must learn the invaluable lesson of self-reliance, cultivating an ability to think for oneself, instead being consumed by what other people have said about us. If one pays too much attention to their opinion, they can quickly become ensnared in a state where they are unable to satisfy anyone but themselves, living up only expectations that aren't theirs, which leads down a path of desperation and fearfulness. So take control of your own life and be proud in being unique. Only you can determine true success. Number 2, fear of the unknown. Fear of the unknown can be paralyzing, preventing us from achieving our dreams. However, life rewards those brave enough to take risks and step out of their comfort zone despite these fears. That gap that's left between certainties allows for a greater understanding, which we need to embrace, instead letting it consume us. There is no point in being overwhelmed by fear. Remember this wise saying, let your fear pass through you, but not over you. Believe in yourself and the possibilities you can create. Take a leap of faith and trust that success lies at the end of your journey. Number 1, advertisements and social media trends. Millions of us have found ourselves immersed in a world where selling has become the status quo. It's no secret that advertisements and social media trends pervade our lives, from their clever algorithms to endless scrolling. It seems like we can't even get away for a minute without being bombarded with something wanting to sell us. With advancements in technology, these platforms are becoming increasingly sophisticated. Individuals around the globe worry over how much personal data is required to use such digital services and whether or not this information is safe. It's essential for us to remain vigilant and question what we are being fed. Become aware of the power you have over your own life and take control, allowing yourself to determine where that data is going and how it is used. Don't let advertisers dictate your decisions. Reclaim your autonomy. We value your opinion and have a special reward for those who make it to the end of our video. Now's your chance to receive something exclusive. We've got a bonus to thank you for it. Impatient thoughts. With global instability, it's easy to become overwhelmed with feelings of urgency and desperation. As individuals, we are expected to make decisions quickly that affect our future trajectory, but what can be forgotten in this process is the importance of patience. Personal growth requires dedication. Building a business necessitates resilience. Both require time for successes to come into fruition effectively. Patience truly is an invaluable virtue for everyone who wants healthier outcomes down the line. Don't rush yourself. Take your time to guarantee the best results. Trust that delays are not denials, and focus on creating your own definition of success. You got this. At the end of the day, remember to have faith in yourself and never give up. Being persistent with a strong mindset is what propels you towards success. Stay motivated, stay focused, and keep pushing. We wish you the best of luck on your journey. You are destined for great things. If you want to make sure you don't miss out on the latest and greatest content from my channel, make sure you subscribe.